So, when it comes to council tax, the chances are that you don't like it very much. You know, I don't want to speak for yourself. It's just something tells me that you're not a fan. But judging by this article here, it's about to get a whole lot worse. Because it says that Birmingham City Council plans to hike council tax by just under 10%. And as you can see there on screen, it's for the second year in a row. And whilst they say just under 10%, honestly, you actually couldn't get it any closer. Because it says that it's going up by 9.99%. And make no mistake as well, legally, when it comes to the council, that is legally the maximum that they can put it up by. They really are just going all in. And it says that they're doing all of this to try and save £153 million. But, you can't just keep squeezing the public, you know? They can't just sit there and just put council tax. That's the only tool that they've got in their tool belt. It's just charge you even more money. And even then, we don't actually get the services that they promise. But what always gets me about things like this, right, is that this one in particular is a Labour-backed council. But sometimes it's Labour, sometimes it's Conservatives. And they just sit there and they just argue with each other, just left, right and centre. Does that make sense? You got the Tories blaming Labour, and then we got Labour blaming the Tories. And all that the residents of Birmingham are left with is a much dirtier city with savagely cut services. Honestly, we couldn't make it up if we wanted to. And like it says here, and like I also said at the start, it looks like it's about to get a whole lot worse. Well, that was probably more of a paraphrasing, to be fair. But you know what I mean. It's just one of those things where it's just going to go downhill just day after day. Because these people already have just bins just piled up on the streets. And they've also got a police force which is basically non-existent. And after all of those declines in services, they've now got to pay 10% more on top of 10% more from last year. Did they do anything last year with the extra 10%? No, apparently not. Apparently they need another 10%. Do you know what, does that make sense? If they actually did something good with this extra money, I'd probably understand it a little bit more. But the fact that they've already had a 10% increase last year, and they're still in the same boat, I don't know. I think it might just be time to unelect these people. And if you enjoyed this daily Clown World video, then I would highly recommend to check out this one, because it's got zero coverage, and we've just given Guatemala $7 million. Guatemala.
This country has gone crazy.